Hello, I am Jen Tardy. I am your diversity recruiting thought leader, and I'm really excited about the conversation that we're going to have today. I believe that it is absolutely doable to increase diversity or increase representation among specific underrepresented populations at upper levels within your organization. There are two things that I want you to focus on in this video. So the first thing that you have to do is follow the published rules. I'll talk about that in a second. Let's put a pin in that. Number 2, publish the unwritten rules. Now you may believe that you know where I'm headed with this. Maybe you do. So let's take a second to unpack what I'm saying when I mention follow the published rules. So when it comes to promotions within your organization, what are the rules that are published? And when I say rules, I mean the policies and procedures around how people get promotions in your organization. So let's say you have an organization where you actually have an internal recruiting program. And in your internal recruiting program, you say you apply for the position, you get vetted for that position, and the most competitive candidate, employee, will get access to that promotional opportunity. Okay. All you need to do as an organization is ensure that people are following that. And if you're in an organization where there are hundreds of exceptions to that rule, that becomes an issue. So if you can move people back into a space of following what you've shared with your employees on how people get promotions, and you limit those expectations, you're going to find that there's more equity in that hiring process internally. The second thing that I mentioned is publish the unwritten rules. So let's say you're completely okay with the exceptions of how people can move or maneuver around the internal recruiting process. All right, so any of those exceptions on how people are actually getting into higher positions or getting access to opportunity within your organization, publish those, because right now those are unwritten rules, and the inequity comes in play because not all populations have access to hearing about or learning those unwritten rules. For instance, if getting access to new opportunities within your organization means that you must know the right executives, share that, publish that. If getting access to more opportunities within your organization means that you have to bring in the most funding, the most revenue, you have to do something related to money, then share that information. And if you learn these unwritten rules in your organization and you're not happy about it, then nix those unwritten rules. That is highly, highly important within your organization. I have an activity that I want to share with you that can help you to learn about the unwritten rules to success. But before I share that activity, I do want to remind you of two things. Number one, if you haven't yet downloaded our most newest guide, which is the Platinum Checklist for hiring professionals, things that you should stop doing to help increase diversity at your organization, please go ahead and look in the description section below, click on the link, download a copy of the guide today. It's going to be a very useful guide for you. And the second thing is, if you're watching this video, it's very likely that your company has an initiative around increasing diversity. There's another video that I think that you could watch that would be awesome. I published a video recently called Why I'm So Bothered by Public Commitments to Increase Diversity. Check out that video. I think that you're going to really like that too. Okay, so now let's get to this exercise on how to uncover unwritten rules. Take a moment, no matter who you are in the organization, because this is public information. Take a moment and think about what are the most coveted positions within your organization. What are the most coveted positions? The positions that most people or lots of people try to get to. Now, then ask yourself, who's in those positions today? And when you're asking yourself who's in those positions today, think about it all. When you say who, you're thinking about what sort of patterns do you see that they all possess? Is it knowledge, skills, and experiences that they all possess? Is it how they identify? Is that a pattern that they all possess as well too? And then interview them and find out how they got in that position. Did they follow the published rules or those internal recruiting policies, or were there exceptions made for them? What were those exceptions that were made for them? Those are the unwritten rules. And those are the unwritten rules that I suggest publishing so that every employee has equitable access to those same unwritten rules. Even though this may seem like common sense when I say follow the published rules or publish the unwritten rules, it may seem like common sense, but common sense isn't always common practice. So I hope that this helps you as you're on the road to increasing diversity, specifically at upper levels within your organization. I'm Jen Tardy. I'm your diversity recruiting coach. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.